Hello guys, since I'm going to upload this video, I might as well just begin talking. Um, it's Wednesday and I'm in the house. I figured let me come here and talk to you guys about something that happened to me yesterday. As I wait for more people to join us. Hello. Hey, welcome to my live. Now, first, before we talking, let me know how your day is. How's your day? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. And hello. Hey. Um, if you're watching me, let me know who that is and where you're watching me from. Hello. How are you? Tell me who's on the other side.
Just look at
Hey, Jacqueline. Hey, Lydia Mkwaje. Happy Wednesday. I promised you guys that I was going to really try and come here for you guys. Mkwaje, habari ya Wednesday. Sisi ndio tumeamka. And it's a lovely day today. I don't have a lot of appointments like yesterday. Yesterday was a very busy day. Jana nilikuwa mbio. Leo sina mbio mingi, niko tu hapa kwa nyumba. Mko aje? Habari yenu? How's everything going for you guys? Now, yesterday niliingia live TikTok na I got some teachers there who are really worried because apparently kuna venye some teachers are feeling like sponsors wamechelewa to get back to them, ama wanna feel like there are some teachers who were interviewed na ni kama they didn't get through. So some few teachers are worried. I don't know. Nyi mko aje? What's going on with you guys? What's going on with you guys? Because the interviews are just beginning. Interviews tu ndio zinaanza. So we don't need to be so worried. We don't need to be so worried. I don't know. I felt like some teachers were just extremely worried and you know, when you worry and bring that to a space where there's a lot of people, then you could scare even other people that are thinking of making applications or, you know. But bahati ya mwingine sio bahati yako. So, I mean, kama imekuwa bahati mbaya, maybe, I don't know. But the interviews are just beginning. Ndio hata wajaanza, guys. I was like, why are people so worried? Nini hiyo, mbona tunashtuka sana? Okay? And we need to just be patient. Hizi vitu chukua time. I wish I could say this in any other way, but hizi vitu chukua time. Kama if someone will really just tell you how long it took them to begin the application up to the point where wali travel, it takes time. It takes time. Na process ya mtu mwingine sometimes haiwezi fanana na ya mtu mwingine. So we want to be able to understand that hizi vitu huwa ziko tu. Let's share the live. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. Was just sharing the live, guys. Let's share the live. Let's share the live, and then let's drop in those likes. Let's give the likes and share so that we are able to invite more people to join us. Karibuni, karibuni. Now, today is Wednesday. Now, as I wait for your question, a 49-second shot was uploaded. Oh, was? I don't know. As I wait for your questions, and I have story time for you guys today. Sijui kama I'm overthinking. Now, kwa wale wenye mnani watch, how many of you guys believe in coincidences? Like, do you just believe like you meet someone and you're like, oh wow, it's a coincidence that we meet? If you believe in coincidences, hebu nitaipia hapo chini kabla sijakwambia coincidence yangu. If you believe in coincidences, hebu nitaipia hapo chini, because what happened to me yesterday, I could say it was a coincidence, alafu labda tena nikwambie haikuwa coincidence. I don't know. Do you guys believe in coincidences? Because Mimi, I don't believe in coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence. And as I walk through my life on earth, I am one person who has never believed in coincidence. Tell me your part. Do you guys believe in coincidence? And then type for me your question down there. If you have any question in relation to your application or anything, just type for me down there. I will always respond to all your questions. Nikikupigia story. Nitakupigia story na we utaniuliza swali lako hapo chini. So when I came to Florida in 2022, I lived with a roommate. Hey Imali. Yeah, sometimes coincidences do happen. Coincidences do happen sometimes. I agree. But I don't believe in coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe everything that happens for a particular reason. I believe everyone that you meet in life was actually meant for you to meet that person. Okay? It is either that person comes to your life to teach you a lesson, or everyone has a reason why you're meeting that person. That is what I believe. I don't know about you guys. Do you believe in the same thing? Ama mimi tu ndio ufikiria vitu zangu. Mimi, the way I look at life is from a very different perspective. Like, when I came from Kenya to here, if I look at the way my life has been up to right now, every person that I met had a particular reason why I met that person. And when their time was over, another person came in. That is what I can say. I don't know if it makes sense to you. Sijui kama ina make sense kwako. But to me, it do really tell a lot. I'm coming back. There's a parcel that I've been waiting for. Actually, that is the reason why I didn't leave the house, because I was expecting a parcel from DHL. They cannot leave the parcel kama hakuna mtu kwa nyumba. So yesterday, I wasn't here like the whole day, and they came and left because I wasn't here. So let me get to the front door and get my parcel, then I'm coming back. Hello. Yes. Thank you. I like the services. Because yesterday I realized it was supposed to be delivered, but I wasn't here. So thank you. Later, funga mlango. Thank you for the good job, Baba.
Trying all this. Trying.
So the way DHL operates, that's my parcel. Sijui kama mnaiona, ndio hapo. The way DHL operates, if they come with your parcel na wasikupate, they cannot leave the parcel mpaka kukwe na mtu kwa nyumba. So Monday I wasn't here, Tuesday I wasn't here, today I decided let me be here ndio nichukue your parcel. So that's my parcel. Yeah, that's true. Like me, you are my link. Oh, okay. Chances are teachers of English ikoje huko. Could it be the reason why the interviews are delaying? Because of teachers of English? No. No. Chances are there for all of us. Okay? It's not because of a particular subject area, it's in your interviews in a delay. Apana. Apana. Interviews are going to be there, not because a particular subject area ama nini nini. Interviews are going to take place. Thank you, Imali. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you. Now, when I came here, you can always type in your question hapo nitakujibu. But I just feel like I need to get these out of, I need to get these. I lived with a roommate and in 2023, nikaanza kutafuta nyumba. I looked for houses and you have to schedule an appointment, you have to schedule a touring, go view the house. Huwezi tuchukua nyumba. Mpaka uende uone nyumba. And there's a lot of things that you have to consider before getting a house, the location, proximity to work, all those kind of things. Now, one time in my looking for houses, I drove to another part of town, okay? It was exactly at around this time. It was exactly at around this time. And I drove to the other part or the other side of town. That's like 15 minutes drive, nikaenda. And I pulled over to this house and the guy that was showing the house to me was an An old guy, not an old guy, like kituka 50 hapa, wale munaelewa. So we had the easiest conversation ever. And you've ever met someone and the conversations are so much flowing, like munafil nika, you know, it's like you've known each other. It's like munaongea tu zile ile design nika, there's no awkwardness ile ya kukutana na mtu for the first time and you're like, you know. So I was alone and this guy was showing me that this house. Do you know how risky sometimes that could be in America? Like, there's a lot of weird, crazy people out there who could want to do anything to you or even harm you. Kituka hiyo. So once I was done viewing the property, we still had this very lengthy conversation with this guy. He told me he worked for the state. I told him I was a teacher, nini, blah, blah, blah. So hizo vitu zote, we talked, and apparently, that house, the aesthetics, that house didn't speak to me. I didn't like it. So, sikuichukua, and we parted ways with this guy, and apparently, so he gave me his number, and the moment that I walked out of that house was the moment that I completely forgot about everything. Fast forward to this year, 2025. If you're there, thank you guys for coming. Just put in your question right there. Put in your question, anything that you have as a teacher, just put your question there. Story timing today because yesterday something happened to me and I cannot get it out of my mind. Like, it's really stuck with me since yesterday. Don't forget to like, share, and then if you didn't subscribe as yet, let's remember to subscribe. Now, yesterday morning, I had close to like 3 houses that I needed to... Hey, Phyllis, how are you? You're welcome. If you have a question, Phyllis, just drop the question right there. We are on our story time today. And then I'm also responding to your questions. Don't mind the bed, that is laundry. I cannot bring myself to folding the laundry. I will do my laundry. If I don't just fold the laundry immediately, and then it will sit there like until I get the energy again to, you know, sit down and take care of it. So yesterday I had around 3 houses that I was going to tour. I had a showing very early in the morning, and when I went to the house was pretty cool. I liked it, but it wasn't speaking to me. I don't know. It wasn't speaking to me, and just I didn't feel it. I went to the next one, and then it was really dirty. Like, hey, hawa wazungu wanaweza kukua wachafu. How do you just show a house that is so dirty to somebody? I didn't like the house. I went to the 3rd house yesterday around 4. Now, probably you could be asking yourself, why am I moving? The way American schools are now, where you live is where your kids will go to school, like the zone where you are. So if I need my kids to be picked by the school bus for this zone, that is going to work. If I need my kids to go to, like, let's say A schools, I need to be zoned for that location. And that was the reason why I'm like, my kids are going to middle school and I need them to go to A schools. So I need a location where the bus can pick them and they could be dropped at the end of the day. And that would really make it easy for me. And another thing, they would get to go to these amazing schools. Okay, good. I schedule a touring to this property that I saw online, and when I when I when I got done with the scheduling, I called the property manager to make sure that we are meeting at around this time. It wasn't even like a property manager. It's just the phone number that was there. Most times it's the owner or the landlord. So when I called and a certain number popped up on my screen, I'm like, do I know this guy? Why do I have their name? Why do I have their number? And it sat with me like I was trying to understand or remember who that person was and why I had their number, because if I call you and I don't have your number, that is going to just appear as a number. But if I'm calling you and your name pops up, that means I know you because I saved your number. Winnie, hello, Sasa Winnie. Waiting for principal interview questions. Okay, so let me pause my story time. Question number 1. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about yourself. Can I get teachers? Let's give the list of principal questions that you could be asked. Since we are all in these and we are all preparing for these, what are some of the questions that you've come along? Because yesterday I had a lot of questions given to me by teachers from the other platforms. So you are a teacher, you're here, you're thinking of coming to America. Of course, you've been planning. Of course, you've been preparing for principal interviews. Your sponsor could have given you some questions so that you can prepare along those questions. Now, I've given you one. I can see that I have 7 people here with me. Ebu sisi wote tuseme zile maswali zenye unajua. Mimi nimekupea moja. Tell us about yourself. Hadi naweza nikakupea 2, Winnie. Ya pili, what is your classroom? What is your classroom philosophy? What is your classroom? Elewa swali. The other time, I introduced to you philosophy in education. This time round, I'm introducing to you your classroom philosophy. So if you're watching me and you're a teacher and you're waiting for that principal interview, that means number 1, you've been probably you've been preparing, you've been going through some questions, maybe online or YouTube. I've given you 2 questions. Number 1, tell us about yourself. Number 2, what is your classroom philosophy? Haya, wewe mwenye uko hapo unaniangalia. Give me some of the principal questions that you are anticipating or that you've come across. Give me some. Niambie tu, hata kamoja tu. Niambie kamoja so that I can also know that you guys are preparing for these interviews. Give me one. Lydia, niambie moja. Nipe tu kamoja. And then guys, let's like the live. Let's like the live and then let's also share the live, okay? This is our platform. Let's support it by liking and let's also support it by sharing. I'm waiting for those questions that you guys have been coming across, or questions that you guys have been looking into. Hey Justina, how are you? Happy Wednesday. We are talking about principal interview questions. So I've given you guys one. This one is always like an icebreaker. Tell us about yourself. And I've given you number 2. What is your classroom philosophy? Okay, now, as a teacher that is getting ready for a principal interview, give me one question that you've interacted with, or that maybe is with you, or you are anticipating this question. And how would you respond to that question? How would you respond to that question? How would you respond to that question? So I believe most of us are teachers, and we are interacting, preparing for these interviews. Guys, don't forget to drop in that like, and then let's share the live. Now, back to my story time as I wait for you guys to type. Back to my story time. So I drive to this house. I drive to this house yesterday. If you're joining me, remember, I'm giving a story of what happened to me yesterday. And the thing is this: I don't believe in coincidences. I've never believed in coincidences. There is nothing like coincidence in life. Every person that you meet is meant, or you are meant to meet that person in that particular time. Okay? So I pulled over to this property yesterday, and before I pulled over to the property, when I called the number and this person's name appeared on my screen, I was like, do I know this person from somewhere? How comes I have their number saved on my phone? I'm thinking, trying to remember, but I couldn't bring my mind to remember who that person was. Come back to my house, because the appointment was going to be around 4, and that was around 12. I'm like, I have like 2-3 hours before the next appointment. So I'm here, and all along I'm trying to remember this name that I saved on my phone. 4 comes, and I'm driving down to the property. I get there, pull over, and I see this person waiting for me, and I'm like, you look so familiar. Have we met before? He's like, yeah, you look familiar. You look familiar. Have we met before? And I'm like, I think we've met before. Guys, have you met someone twice and you feel like, I know you, or we've met before? So I met someone 2 times. I met that person at the same month, doing the same thing. Like, I know that this person has invested greatly in real estate, but the thing that is really eating down on me right now is, why have I met you 2 times? So there are people that you just meet randomly and ignore, and there are people, or there are things that happen, and that thing is really, it's still on me. Like, why am I meeting you 2 times? Why am I meeting you in the same, like, the thing that I was doing back in 2023, I'm meeting you again 2025 with the same issue. Like, you know, I can't get that thing off my head. I need to talk about it in Itoke. How will you integrate technology to enhance learning experience? Awesome. You use Google Classroom, you use Chromebooks, you assign assignments on their Chromebooks. You also use any programs that are school related that are provided by your district to give assignments, and you use your TrueTouch in any classroom. If you've watched my YouTube videos, we have very huge, they call them a TrueTouch. It's a big screen, so you use that for your teaching or for your instruction. Okay, so you could also prepare your lesson plans on slides and present your lessons to the learners. So these are some of the things that you could integrate technology. Lydia, how do you manage a disruptive student in your classroom? Good. You could manage that student by talking to them. You could manage that student by calling their parent. You could manage that student by, moving their sitting position. If they are sitting with their friend, move them to another point of the classroom. If they were sitting at the back, move them wakuje mbele, you know? Yeah, you could also call the administration if you need extra help with a student. How do you use technology in teaching? Why do you want to teach in the US? That is a pretty good question. I think I've talked about technology. Why do you want to teach in the US? Justina, answer that question for me. And remember, you are the teacher. You are the one who wants to be interviewed. So why do you want to come and teach in the US? Let's just try and be very realistic. Why do you want to come and teach in the US? The money issue aside, why? What is that reason? Why do you really want to come and teach in the US? Winnie, kwa nini, why? Why do you just want to come and teach in the US? We ukikaa hivi, on a very sincere note, ile tuwe mwenyewe tu kwa nini, why? Why do you just want to leave the permanent and pensionable and come and teach in America? Why? Why just the USA? Hebu tujiulize hiyo swali. Kwa nini? Kwa nini? How do you answer? What is your classroom philosophy? Winnie, let me tell you. Hiyo swali enye unaniuliza, I came across that question yesterday kwa TikTok. Hiyo swali unaniuliza because there's a teacher who did their principal interview, na hiyo swali ndio yenye aliulizwa. Hiyo ndio swali aliulizwa. Like, what is your classroom philosophy? In my point of view, I would say my classroom philosophy is that every child is teachable. Hakuna yule mtoto mwenye anashindikana. If you are able to meet that child at their point of need, you know, every child is teachable, despite their disruptive nature, despite whatever they have going on. Every child is teachable, whether special, whether all of them are teachable. That would be my classroom philosophy. Okay? All I need to know is come to the point where I'm connected with my learners and I know that this works for John and this doesn't work for Lucy. Maybe John does very well in a small group and Lucy works better on their own. Okay? So when I make a group, I would put John in a group of 3. I would allow Lucy to work on her own, you know, like understand your learners. So my classroom philosophy would be like, every child is teachable. That would be my classroom philosophy. Yeah, that would be my classroom philosophy. So back to my story time. Back to my story time. You guys didn't tell me, first of all, whether you believe in coincidences. Hamjaniambia hapo whether you believe in coincidences. Are there people you've met like in life and you just brushed it over? And are there people that you've met in life and you're like, hii si coincidence, like hapana, hii si coincidence, hii si ile tunakutananga na tunai, you know? One of the reasons is for cultural exchange. I would love to experience how life is in the US. Okay. Imali, you didn't coin your answer ikwe na aspect ya kufundisha. You've just said, I would love to experience how life. That means, is this, you want to experience life in America as in the classroom setting, ama wapi? Unaona? Like, your answer is good, but you need to be very particular or very specific. I would love to experience how life is in the USA. Life in the USA could be perceived as outside the classroom. It could be perceived like you want to come and have a good time. It could be perceived like you want to come and adventure in the US, but you didn't put the aspect of wanting. I would love to experience how. Can you put something to do with your job? Put something to do with your job. You're coming in as a teacher. So I would love to experience how life is. Like, what is it that you really want to enjoy? Life would be perceived as, we unataka kukuja kukula raha. We unataka kukuja kuona venye what, like, there's, that answer is vague. I was also asked, have you tried looking for opportunities in your home country? Damaris, did you have principal interview? You already had a principal interview? Have you tried looking for opportunities in your home country? Yeah. I mean, you are already a teacher. You are working. You are a teacher already. So what you're trying to do is just explore more into your career so that you can gain a lot of exposure and growth career-wise. I mean, don't ever say no. Have you tried looking for opportunities? Yes. Let them know wewe ni mwalimu. Okay? See eti they are offering you the job, eti wewe unakuja. No, you are already working, you know? So you want to grow, you want to explore more into your career. That is the kind of thing I would say. Okay? That is the kind of thing I would say. Hey, Isaiah. Yes, I am, Isaiah. I'm trying to enjoy my spring break. I was waiting for a parcel, so I didn't leave the house until this time. But I just received my parcel, ndio hiyo hapo. And I figured out, let me get here and be with my fellow teachers. So, yep, I'm enjoying my spring break and the rest is much needed. But as you're here interacting with me, I need you to tell me whether you believe in coincidences or are there people that you meet in life that you feel there's a particular reason why you're meeting that person? Because I met someone yesterday that I met in 2023. I met the same person in 2025 in the same month. And it has me thinking, and I'm still thinking, why did I meet that person? I don't believe in coincidences. I have never believed that, oh, I just met him. It was just a coincidence. And yeah, why did I meet this person at exactly the same time that I met him in 2025? And we are meeting like in the same scenario. And it has me really triggered, like, is this person just showing up in my life just like that, or what is going on? So that's the kind of thing that I've been dealing with in my mind since yesterday. What grade level are you teaching? 8th grade. I'm teaching 8th grade. And these are those kids that are now getting to they are dealing with a lot. They are young adults. 8th grade are like they're discovering who they are. And these kids, the way life is for a teenager. A lot of emotions are going through, and you really have to meet each kid at their point, because these are young kids. In Kenya, we didn't really care so much for, like, whatever happens. So where you sit down, I do my job, I go. Here, sometimes you have to be the teacher, the parent, you have to be the advisor, you have to be almost everything. And we have a very long time to be with our students. We begin school in August. It runs all through to May. Let me tell you how this is. They will provide a schedule for you. A schedule is what you call a timetable in Kenya. Let's like the live, guys. I can see we are 10, but I only see 4 likes. So let's like the live. In Kenya, we have what we call a timetable. Here, they call it a schedule. So the way the schedule works here is like, I teach 8th grade, okay? 8th grade, it could be broken down into streams. In Kenya, tutazita streams, like sometimes you could call them like maybe 8 yellow, 8 blue, 8 green, okay? Depending on the way the school wants to label the streams. So here, they are broken down into 801, 802, 803, 804, like that, okay? So the last stream is 806. And if my schedule shows that every morning when I wake up, when I go to school, The first set of kids that I get to meet is 803. I will meet that section until the year ends. Every morning. Every morning. So if your schedule shows that in the morning you have 803, and then you have this class 802, 801, 8, like that until the end of the day, that is how your schedule is going to be for the rest of the year. It doesn't change. You will have to meet 803 every morning, 802 after them, 80, like that to the end of the day. So it's a repetitive circle. Inaendanga ikijirudia. Every morning utakutana na hii class and then another class and then it's not like Kenya where I would have maybe a lesson with Form 1 on a Monday and maybe have another lesson with Form 1 Tuesday, maybe in the afternoon or mid-morning. You know the way the timetable is in Kenya, where you could be having a class in the morning, another class in the afternoon, another class after lunch, you know? So here you have your schedule provided for the whole day, and that is how you're going to be having your classes for the rest of the year. Okay? That means from August when school begins to May when you go for summer break. Every day you will meet those kids at that particular time in that particular room, whether you like it or not. And we spend a lot of time with the students, more than the time they spend at home, because the way the calendar is made here is for the students to be in school more than to be in their houses. This is a country where if you don't work, you don't get. So parents have to work. And for parents to work, kids have to be somewhere for them to work. So the kids go to school for the parents to go to work. If the kid is in the house, the parent will be in the house. Okay? So the way the calendar is you go to work. We are all leaving the house. Nobody stays in the house. We are all going somewhere. Phyllis, how do I read the sponsor list on Bridge? If you see Au Pair, I'm trying to recollect on the website. If you see Au Pair, can you click on the teacher programs? Phyllis, you need to watch my videos on YouTube. You are not watching them. If you are watching them, you could not ask for that question because I have shown you where to go and how to apply. If you go to that website, they are programs. So you want to look for the teacher programs. And if your eyes are just open to see particular persons, sometimes you could be looking for them, and I know very well that you'll get TPG. Yes, you will. You will get faces. You will get, just go to the teacher program. Go to the teacher program. So with that, I'm imagining that Phyllis, maybe you haven't applied. What challenges do you undergo as a teacher in the US? Number one, I get very tired. I get tired. I get tired. That is challenge number one. dealing with behavioral issues in the classroom, those are disruptive learners. That is there. It could be a challenge to me. It might not be a challenge to you. It is a challenge to me that I have to be making lesson plans. We never made lesson plans in Kenya. We showed up. So that is a challenge to me. And it's not any particular lesson plan you're making. Your lesson plans have to be very objective. That means the principal is going to look at them and they will send it back to you if it's not to the standard. So to me, that is a lot of work. The other challenge that I feel is a challenge to me, or is something that I still maybe feel has always been a challenge, is articulating the English language in the way that the Americans want you. It's not the way they want you to, but you know, when you begin teaching in these classrooms, the kids are going to be like, what did you say? Or what are you saying? Because they cannot make out your accent. It is your accent that is the problem. And because your accent is the problem, you try to talk or articulate like them to save on, what did you say? Can you come up again? Because your whole lesson is going to be you repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating, and you get tired. By the end of the day, you are tired. The students are calling your name 101 times. You get tired. I get tired. So, articulating English the way the Americans do, that is something I'm still practicing my English. You know, I'm still doing that. And sometimes I don't want to try to be someone that I'm not. I just want to be able to speak, and you should be able to pick out what I'm saying, you know? Because if you come as a first-time teacher, these kids are going to try you. They will push your patience. And if you keep telling me that, oh, you know, we can't understand the way you're teaching, or we are really struggling with your accent, deal with it. Acha kunisumbua. Deal with the accent. That is how I talk. Deal with it. Oh, you pronounce my name wrongly. The same way you're pronouncing my name wrongly is the same way I pronounce your name wrongly. Okay? So those are the challenges that we deal with. Other than that, I don't think there's other major challenges, really. I don't think there's other major challenges because as a teacher coming from Kenya, if you survive TSC, you will survive anywhere. If you survive TSC, you will survive anywhere, okay? Yup. You will survive anywhere, because I couldn't imagine any challenges that I had in TSC comparing, like, I was on survival mode all through TSC. I was on survival mode. So, yeah, that is what I can say. That is what I can say. Damaris, you didn't answer my question. Did you already do the principal interview? And if you did the principal interview, Who is your sponsor and how did it go? How did it go for you? If you did the principal interview, how did it go for you? Do you feel that you gave your best? How did it go? I had teachers yesterday telling me that, a couple of teachers were denied by IAG and they did the principal interviews and they were denied. Now, the teaching field in America is big. It's not like where we're coming from. When TAC is recruiting teachers, you could find that they are only looking for one teacher and you have like 100 teachers waiting for one job. And at the end of the day, they will only give the job to one teacher. Here, if they schedule an interview and the principal feels like, oh no, I didn't like that teacher, you need to go back and strategize one more time and give your best. Now, this is the thing. You know very well that right now, a lot of teachers have applied. A lot of teachers are waiting for these opportunities. I keep telling you to prepare for principal interviews. You go to the principal interviews and you answer those questions poorly, and now they will not prioritize you. They will give the opportunity to other teachers. I don't know if that makes sense to you. IAG has over 600 applicants. Over 600. They schedule a principal interview for you, and you go there, answer those questions the way you do, and now they say that, we don't like this teacher, and you're coming back to tell us IAG wamekukata. My friend, you need to prepare well for interviews. You need to prepare well for interviews. It's not like it's wrong for you not to get the first time, because we are all human beings, and even them, they would be so surprised that they interviewed you one time and you got the job. Okay? They would also be impressed. They would have to be so impressed. So if that is the thing, and I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of applicants behind you. Your sponsor has scheduled an interview for you. You need to give it your best. Achana na mchezo. Give it your best. Don't play around. Give it your 100% the best. Because they will get your file, say, this is Isaiah, did his interview, put it down under the others, because they have 600 people. So you have to do your best. You have to do your best. You have to do your best. Okay? Don't go to any interview when you're not prepared. Prepare well. You need to really prepare well. Another teacher said that, Faces send them a lot of emails, and all the emails kept going to the spam folder. Oblivious of the situation, she didn't know. She is there waiting and saying, oh, I applied long time, Faces is not communicating, Faces is not getting back to me, only for her to go to the spam folder and found that Faces emailed her in January, Faces emailed her in February. In the month of March, that is when she is seeing the email. Who do you blame? Who do you blame? Make space in your email so that you can receive the important emails. Okay. What is IER in full? What is IER in full? Because that looks like a new sponsor. Damaris, are you paying for the sponsor or because that looks like a new one. I've not interacted with the sponsor before. Are you paying or what's the plan? It wasn't paused there. Does it mean with the same sponsor I can get more than one chances? Yes, you can. Lydia? Yes, you can. I had 8 chances with TPG. 8. I did 8 interviews with TPG. Okay? I did 8 because you think you're prepared for those interviews until you realize you're not. So mimi nilifanya 8. I did 8. But back then, there wasn't so much applicants as now. Okay? There wasn't so many applicants as now. So they gave me more and more principal interviews until I finally got the job that I have right now. And I feel like I was the one who really didn't know how to respond to these questions, because tell me why I imagined the classroom strategies that I was using in Kenya. I thought they would work in America because I was thinking, it's a classroom, it's normal. No! What works as management or classroom management in Kenya wouldn't work as classroom management in America. What's your classroom philosophy? I just talked about that right now. I just talked about classroom philosophy, Winnie. Umekuwa wapi nikijibu? I just talked about classroom philosophy. If you were here and you were following, what did I say my classroom philosophy was? Because, I could be talking and maybe I'm talking to myself. But I'm sure I've just talked about my classroom philosophy. I don't know about you. Kama umekuwa hapo na ulinisikia, what is your classroom philosophy? Because I just responded to that question. I just talked about it not so long ago. If someone was there and was paying attention, please type down for me. And then that was mine. You tell me your classroom philosophy. You tell me what is your classroom philosophy. Because I'm giving you mine. So give me yours. Oh, wow. Nobody has typed anything. I was waiting for you guys to tell me what your classroom philosophy was. And I already told you mine. So for the 7 people that are here with me, what are some of your classroom philosophies? Muniambie, what are your classroom philosophies? Because I gave you mine, and I was hoping for someone to just kind of type it back, what I talked about my classroom philosophy. And I need you guys to also tell me if you was faced with the same question, how would you respond to that question? How would you respond to that question? And how would you respond to I'm trying to think of this one question that someone asked yesterday. When it comes to my mind, I will sure enough tell you. But there's a very nice question that someone was asked in a principal interview. Anyhow, when I will think of it or when it comes to mind, I will tell you guys that question. But we are trying to respond to your classroom philosophy. What is your classroom philosophy? Mi nishakwambia yangu, nitakwambia tena. Winnie, my classroom philosophy is every child or every learner is teachable. Every child, every learner is teachable. It doesn't matter what their behavior or their nature is while in classroom. As a teacher, it is your responsibility to understand and provide an environment that best suits each learner. There is a learner who flourishes in small groups. There is a learner who does good when they are working alone. So, as a teacher, you need to be able to understand and meet the needs of your learner. That is what I would say, Winnie. Aya, nipe yako. Mi nimekupea yangu. Nimekupea yangu, nipe yako. Nimekupea yangu, hebu nikusikie wewe. What is your philosophy? Yako ni gani? What is your philosophy wewe? Jili mi nimekupea yangu, na we nipe yako. Nikiona watu wamenyamaza, I imagine tuko tu sawa. Nikiona watu wamenyamaza, na imagine kila mtu ako sawa. Nikiona watu wamenyamaza, I mean, I feel we are all we are all set with our philosophies. Is that the case, guys? Kila mtu ako na philosophy yake? Do you all have your philosophies with you? Because when nobody's saying anything, I want to imagine kila mtu ako na yake. And remember, the question could change. You just need to be very sure on what the question. Ni kizungu tu. Kizungu wanawekanga kizungu inakuwa mingi inakuchanganya. Okay? Kizungu kikikuwa nyingi kinakuchanganya. But the reality is zile maswali zinakuanga tu ni zile vitu umekaa ukiprepare. So you need to listen carefully. You need to be really particular and pay attention to those questions. Jili, hawawezi kukuulizia kitu yenye iko out of the ordinary. Ni hizo tu kawaida, vitu za kawaida. Ni venye tu kizungu watakichanganya waweke mambo mengi alafu inakuchanganya. You're like, oh, nika sijui. But, these are things that you know. These are things that you know. I'm still waiting for you guys to give me your philosophies. I'm still waiting for you guys to give me your philosophies because I've given you mine. I've given you my philosophy. What are some of your teaching philosophies? What are some of your teaching philosophies? Or classroom philosophy? Sorry, it's not teaching. We are actually on classroom philosophy. So they would ask you a question like this, Winnie and Damaris. They would ask you a question like this. What is your classroom teaching? What is your classroom oh, wow. So there's a teaching philosophy and there's a management philosophy. Those are two different questions. Question number one, what is your teaching philosophy? And the other question, what is your classroom management philosophy? Hiyo ni swali nyingine tofauti tena. Hiyo ni swali nyingine tofauti tena. Kuna hiyo ya classroom. Kuna hiyo ya what is your classroom philosophy. Alafu kuna hii ya what is your management philosophy. So ziko kadhaa. I mean, you can never really know utaulizwa gani. So before you go into that principal interview, I would always just recommend that you prepare well. I would suggest that you prepare well. Okay, sawa Winnie. Nimeiongea tena. Umenisikia nikiongea, nimeisema tena. I hope venye nimeisema tena kwa mara ya pili umekuwa. Nimeiongea mara mbili sasa. I hope umeipata. So we've talked about your classroom philosophy. What about your management philosophy? As a teacher, unakuja, you are coming to America where management or classroom management is a high concern. If they ask you what is your management philosophy, utaijibu aje? What is your classroom management philosophy? Utaijibu aje? Because you can never fully prepare, or you can never really know at what time they will ask you which question. Utaijibu aje? Niambie. Kwa wale wenye mko hapo, mtaijibu aje? Ay, imenipita. What is your management what is your management, or what is your classroom management philosophy? How will you respond to that question? Utaijibu aje? Utaijibu aje? Niambieni. Mumeenda wapi? Na wangojea, mumeenda wapi? Amko? Na wangojea, muniambie philosophy. Na wangojea walimu, muniambie philosophy yenu ni gani? Na sioni mtu akiniongelesha. Ama kila mtu ashapata philosophy yake. What is your teaching philosophy, classroom philosophy? And what is your management philosophy? Because kuna wale watoto utadili na wao kila siku. Na wale wenye wako very disruptive, they never miss to come to school. Wanakujanga shule kila siku. Because hadi home, hakuna mtu anataka kudeal na wao. All students are unique and therefore must have a stimulating education environment. All children are unique, must have a stimulating educational environment where they can grow mentally. Okay? I mean, you know, you have to keep those, you have to keep them at your fingertips. Because during your interview, you don't have the time where you can look down, look sideways, you know. You have to be looking at the camera at all time. You have to be looking at the camera, and you have to respond to those questions with the, sijui kama mtaweza kuona yule mnyanyie huko. I don't know. Mapenzi America. I don't know if you guys can see that grandmother. Pale. Huh? So in America, mtu akisema anakupenda and they want to grow old with you, that is what they mean. That is what they mean. So amemtoa nje kuota jua, ndio huyo amemrudisha huko. Huyo ni bwana anachunga bibi. Mimi tu kwa dirisha yangu nachungulia. Yeah, so nimejaribu kuzoom. Nimewaona wakitembea hapo nje, amemrudisha ndio yule pale. So when someone says they want to grow old with you, probably, maybe that is what they normally mean. Maybe that is what they normally mean. Lakini, I think, hiyo siku hizi imekuwa vocabulary. Imekuwa vocabulary. Because nowadays, hizi relationships hazifiki huko. Relationships zimekuwa relationships hazifiki huko, zinakaanga kidogo zisha Hebu mniambie kama ninadanganya, sababu hapa hawa wazungu kama wamekupenda wanakuanga wamekupenda yawa, na kama amesema atakuchunga. So nimemwona akipita pale akamrudisha, na ninamwona amemweka pale anaota jua. So ni bwana ndio anachunga bibi. Sijui niende niwasalimie, niwaambie ninaweza kuwaoshea vyombo. Mnaona aje guys? Niende nimuombe job, nimwambie nipee job. Naweza nikakuchungia huyu nyanya ukinilipa. Na wako na kagari kao ndio pale. But mambo hukuwa tofauti. Kenya ukishazeeka na mambo yamekushinda, you burden your children. Unarudishwa kwa watoto. Watoto waanze kukuchunga. Sijui umeenda kwa sijui mtoto wako nini. I don't know. Here ni kama ukisha if you're married hivyo. I don't know, it's not something good anyway, lakini kama ushaisikia kitu inaitwa cutting off. Hiyo kitu iko America my dear. Hiyo kitu iko America na iko vibaya. Yaani mtoto akishakuwa mkubwa, akishaanza kwenda college, akishaenda kufanya job, ye kurudi kwao na rudingi tu ni kama kusalimiana. Ile kurudi eti amekuja hapo sijui kuchunga wazazi, sijui hiyo kitu hakuna. By the Hiyo kitu hakuna. So if at your old age hauna mtu wa kukuchunga, ndio unajipatanga wameenda huko kwa mahome, na hapo ndio sasa tunapatanga hizi caregiving jobs. Jili hakuna mtu anakuchunga home, unaona? So you are so vulnerable at that time, na wewe sasa ni wa serikali inakuchunga. So wanakupeleka kwa homes. Hizo homes kuna za serikali, kuna private. Unaona? So unaenda unakaa huko, na kama uko na family wako, they will come and visit you. Na kuna wale wenye hawana family. So what happens saa zingine, unapata, hebu niwaoneshe, anamvuruta na huko nyuma. Okay. Ashamrudisha. Ui. Bahati mbaya tu. Oh yeah, there is a stairs. Kuna stairs hapo kwa mlango yao. So of course angeweza kupita hapo na hiyo wheelchair. So amemrudisha hivi. Amezungukia huko nyuma ya nyumba. So guys, hapa kuna kakitu. Unapatanga sijui kama ni culture zao, ama tu ni venye watu wana cut each other off, ama sijui ni aje. Mtu akishazeeka unapelekwa kwa home, and it is a business, na huwa inanifungua macho sana as an immigrant, as in I just want to do this and make sure that I have my retirement home back in Kenya. Kwa sababu hapa utajipata uko sijui kwa mahomes huko, ushavalishwa pampers, ushakuwa na mavidonda huku kwa matako. Najua vitu kaa hizo, hakuna mtu anakuchunga. So the thing is to plan wisely, so that when that time comes and you want to retire, unarudi tu home, unaenda unakula pesa yako polepole. And I know the way family is in Kenya is so different na hapa. Hapa watu yani wanaachana tu. Unapata mtu kamezeeka, ako huko Walmart anafanya shopping, hadi umuulize, but where are your children? Kitu kaa hiyo. Utapata huyu anakuambia watoto wangu they are all grown, I don't know, they went, they are not there, yani empty nesters. So it happens, it's very common here. Wendy, tell us the IG principal interview feedback. I think she had said that hiyo interview, Wendy, wacha Wendy atuambie, because I think hajapata feedback. I don't think amepata feedback, but Wendy, you can tell us the questions that they asked you. I believe that would be a better way. Yeah, not yet. Yeah, I also thought bado. But tell us zile maswali walikuulizia, especially in regard to philosophy. Is there any question they asked you? Because, you know, sometimes huwezi jua watakuulizia nini. But just being prepared and ready for any outcome is always good. Because huwezi jua utauliziwa swali gani. So unaweza ukaignore swali fulani alafu ufike kwa interview, hiyo ndio ikwe swali unauliziwa. Did they ask you anything to do with philosophy? And if they asked you anything to do with philosophy, what was that question that they asked you? Kama walikuulizia swali la philosophy, walikuulizia gani? Na uliwajibu aje? Leta hapa hiyo box, Christian. Sydney aliweka wapi? Hapo kwenye maji inakuanga? Ama iko kwa boot? Ha? Enda chukua kifunguu. Iko juu, iko kwa handbag yangu. Guys, when my kids are in the house, snacking, yawa. Hii mambo ya kusnack. Wendy uje tuambia anything mami. Walikuulizia swali gani? Tunakungojea utuambie. Walikuulizia maswali gani? How many questions did you have, and how did you answer those questions? Hapo ndio kwenye tuko Wendy. Utuambie. Walikuulizia nini? Uliwajibu aje? Ilikuwa bado iko kwa gari? So this is what we got for snacks for this week. I don't like buying vitu moja moja. I normally feel like kununua kitu moja moja is very costly. So when you buy like this box of chips, it has 42, ziko ndani 42, so that is going to last. I cannot promise it's going to last very long because niko na watoto hapa ndani. Baba, nilete kisu. Okay. Kwani kitu iko ngumu aje? Mama yako kumbe hana nguvu.
Ita John.
John ndio ako na nguvu. Yeye ndio mkubwa. So what we normally call crepes in Kenya, zinaitwa chips. Okay? This is how they look like. Kuna hii Cheetos. So when you buy the box, zinakujanga kama ziko kadhaa. Kuna hii hapa. Kuna hii kampuni Lay's, alafu kuna hii kampuni nyingine. I like these. Nilete ile ranch. Leta ile ranch nilibuy. So you can have these with ranch. You can have these with ranch and these has jalapenos. It's funny with the way they pronounce. You see? Kakona ka J. So, mimi kama Mwafrika, ningeisoma jalapeno. Hivyo ndio venye mimi ningeisoma. But believe you me, that is wrong. That is wrong. So, this is what is going to keep my kids for spring break. And then we have onion rings. Onion rings. Ni gani sijawaonesha? Na hii ya mwisho. Amujaniletea ranch. Which teaching methods introduce yourself, break down the time you use in a lesson? Which teaching methods do you use? How do you manage a disruptive student? What to do if you are not able to contain him? Call the principal, call the administration, and let them take care of the student. Who else can you engage? State the objective of the lesson plan sent to you. If a student is very rowdy and throws chairs, how will you handle the student? Okay. Wewe kama mwalimu and you're preparing, ndio hizo maswali. Mimi kama mwalimu mwenye niko kwa holiday, na jana nilienda nikanunua chips. Nataka nikuoneshe chips hizi. Unaona hapa, you can have that with ranch. Okay? So ranch ndio hii hapa. This is ranch. This is Lay's ranch. So that Lay's ndio hii hapa. Unaiona? Hii ndio Lay's. So hii ni kampuni moja. That is how we're spending our spring break. Wendy, now this question here that is asking, if a student is very rowdy and throws chairs, how will you handle the student? Ulijibu aje? If a student is very rowdy and they are throwing chairs, If a student is very rowdy, Wendy, ulijibu aje hiyo swali? Cause they will not ask you questions that are not likely to happen. Hapo ushaambiwa kabisa kila kitu ya kuwa kuna hawa watoto wenye wako rowdy na kuna wenye wana throw chairs. Tuambie. Hiyo ndio swali ilinichanganya hiyo siku. He even started by saying, I know this has never... Yes. Because they know you cannot experience or you are not likely to get such behaviors in Kenya. So how do they expect you to respond to situations you've never seen or you've never experienced before? But are these things that are likely to happen here? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Okay? And you can never be prepared and you can never know when a student is going to do that. So hadi usipojibu hiyo ni sawa tu. I mean, find a way to respond. Never leave any question not answered. Respond in your best ability. If anything you cannot deal with, respond by saying you will quickly call the principal. Okay. Wendy, at that point, these kids cannot even listen to you. When they are raging, awaskiangi. So the best option is to always call the principal or the administration. Okay, so unless there's any other question, because naona ni kama tumemaliza maswali za leo. Is there any final question, guys? Tumekuwa hapa. I believe tumekuwa hapa for more than 2 hours. Yeah, I've been here for 109 minutes. Kuna swali la mwisho? I'll be back tomorrow. I don't think I have any commitments for the day. None that I'm aware of. I'll try to be here. Kama uko na swali la mwisho niulizie. Toka kwa live yangu.
Super.
I see that I have 8 people on my live. Kama uko na swali la mwisho niulizie. And then we call it a day. We meet tomorrow. Tukutane kesho. Unless there's someone with any question. Otherwise, we'll see you guys tomorrow at time like this. Okay? From next week until May. Aki hamtaniona huku. Kutoka next week mpaka niingie summer nitakuwa busy. So I'm trying to make the best out of this 1 week kukuja huku. Kama uko na swali unaniulizia. Okay? If you have any question, save it for tomorrow. Okay, guys? See you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for supporting this channel. Kuna mtu alitudiscourage that if you have not received your principal interview, your video was not good. What video? What video? Video gani hiyo unaongelelea, Lydia? What video? Which sponsor? Jili sponsors wako wengi. So, wale wenye wameapply na sponsors tofauti, watatuelezea self-made video ya faces. Or I didn't know there was a self-made video ya faces. I never applied with faces. If you're here and you've applied with faces and you made a video, did they get back to you? What does the video entail? Unafanya nini kwa hiyo video, Lydia? Hiyo video unafanya nini? Do they guide you on what you're doing or nini? What exactly is happening in that video? I would like to know what really happens in that video. Because I didn't make any videos I did not apply with Faces, so you need to tell me what it is all about. What is the self-made video about? What are you doing in the video? And how long is the video meant to be? Where do you upload the video? Because those are the kind of things that I don't know, and itabidi umenielezea jili hadi mi sijui. You are given 12 questions to answer as you record yourself. Oh, wow. Okay. So you are reading the questions and answering, ama? Unaongea, unajirecord, ukijiuliza alafu unajibu, ama? Oh, wow. And what are some of the questions? Ziko na maswali gani ndani? I'm saying this because siku apply na wao na sijui, unaona? What are some of the kind of questions that are in there? Because Faces huwa wako very quick at responding. When did you do the video? Uliifanya hiyo video lini? Because there's a lot of people wenye watakuwa huku nje wanajaribu kuongeaongea, kusema hii, kusema ile, but they have not gone through the process, like hawaja apply na Faces, hata hawajui na wana discourage watu. At least ka kuna mtu mwenye ameapply na Faces na atakwambia wewe kama hukufanya hivi, you know. So let the people who applied through Faces talk about this and critique things to do with Faces because they applied with Faces. If someone is coming from anywhere, you don't know that person, they've not applied with Faces, they are not in America, they are discouraging you. Why are you letting them discourage you? So which are some of the questions that are in that video, Lydia? Because I don't know. And how long is the video? Where do you send the video to? Hizo ndio maswali ninaweza kuuliza Jili. With my sponsor, they guided you in the video. So you didn't do the video alone. Tell us the normal questions. Zile tu zinajirudia rudia. Zile zinajirudia rudia tu za kawaida. I cannot say for sure that that is what they would use to determine whether you qualify or you don't qualify. But I'm trying to think, how many people have applied right now? So many people. So many people. How many videos do they need to watch? So many videos at the same time. Let's be patient. Let's give the sponsors time. Tukue tu patient, okay? Remember, we were to apply with so many sponsors. Kama hii ya Faces haingiani, jaribu mwingine. Na kama ulisha jaribu mwingine, wewe kazi yako ni kungoja tu. You're waiting ile ingine iivane. Unaona? So, isikwe ni kitu inakupea wasiwasi. Be patient. When did you make the video, Lydia? How long ago do you feel? Or this is so long ago to the point where maybe you're getting discouraged? How long ago did you make the video? Because sometimes you could get discouraged and for nothing. Maybe hata ijakuwa kitambo. Imekuwa kitambo sana. How long ago was that? Are you still there, Lydia? How long ago did you make the video? And for you to feel like maybe you're discouraged, how long ago? Okay, so if they viewed the video and approved in December, then you're good. Why are you worried? Be patient. If they approved the video in December, kuwa tu mpole. Okay? Hizi vitu will take time. Hazikujangi tu mara moja tu hivyo. They do take time. So let's continue being patient and wishing you guys all the best. I'll be back tomorrow with another story time. See you guys then. Good night.